Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be showing you that how to build a very simple weather app inside Node.js and Express, and for rendering out this input we will be using embedded JavaScript templates, which is EJS. So you can see this is the interface, minimalistic interface is there. So here you can enter any sort of city in the world. Let's suppose I enter Delhi and it will get the weather in Celsius. So if I click this button, you will now see it's 26 degrees Celsius degrees in Delhi. So it is making a simple HTTP GET request, guys, to the OpenWeatherMap API to fetch this data and to display this data in the browser. You can see this is the OpenWeatherMap API. It's a very popular API when it comes to building weather applications. So it provides you the live data of any location in the world. So we can simply cross check here. If I go to Google and just type here Delhi temperature today, and basically you can now see 28 degrees Celsius. You can now see it is roundabout very, you can now see. If I enter here Wellington, so you can see it's 10 degrees Celsius in Wellington. So if I cross check, it is around about 11 degree. So it is round about close. So it is getting that live data and from OpenWeather API, guys. So you can just search any city of your choice. You can now see Sydney, like this. So it is just making that simple GET request, guys, to that OpenWeather API when we are displaying this result in the browser using EJS inside Node.js and Express. So basically we will be building this weather app, guys, inside this live stream. So if you are watching it for the very first time, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel as well. So let's start building this application from scratch. So the very first thing I will do, I will go to my React.js project. I will make a new directory here which will be called as weather app, which is weather. I will cd into this, and basically I will open this inside my favorite text editor, which is Visual Studio Code text editor. So the very first thing, guys, we will do, we will initialize the package.json file. So this will create this package.json file. Now we need to install the first dependency, which is Express EJS also, which is a template engine, and that's it. This is the two dependencies we will be needing for this project. So just install these dependencies, guys. So now it successfully installed it. You will now see. Now we just need to make a index.js file, and here we will start our Express server. So basically we will require the Express server here. So we will start a new Express application. So basically we will put a port number which will be 4000, and we will be listening on port 4000, and in this callback function we can simply say that app is listening on port 4000. So you can see that, guys, the app has started on port 4000. So now we will make a simple GET request. So when we open the home page, what we need to do is that we need to render out a template which will be index. So basically for that, guys, we also need to first of all set the view engine, which is EJS. So now to set the view engine, we will use app.set view engine EJS. So right here, basically you will say, here you need to make a new directory called as views, and inside this you need to store this file, which is index.ejs. This is a file. So this will contain a simple HTML document. So here we will say that weather app in Node.js and Express. So here, guys, we will simply use the custom CSS for this. So first of all, we also need to make this a public folder here, and inside this folder we will have a CSS folder, and inside the CSS folder we will store style.css. So here we will write all the CSS style sheet for this app. So now to include this file, guys, we will simply make a simple link tag, and inside our CSS folder slash CSS folder, and here this file is present, style.css. For including like this, guys, we need to make this public directory as static. So inside Express, we can do this very simply by using a simple middleware function which is there, app.use, and there is this express.static method. So here you will put the directory name which we need to make it static. So this here we need to make this directory which is public directory as static. So now we have successfully made this. So basically inside our index.ejs file, guys, we will have a simple input form. Basically this form will contain a simple input field where you will be entering the city name to find the weather. So here we will first of all have a div which will have a class of container, and inside this, guys, we will have this field set tag. Inside this we will have a form, so it will go to the home route. The method will be post, so we will be making a simple post request here to the express server, and here we will have a input which will have the class of ghost input, and this will be input type of text, and here we will be giving a name attribute of city. That's it. So here you will enter your city, so I will give it a placeholder that enter city name, that's it. So after this, guys, we will have a simple submit button, basically to submit the app. So input type submit, and basically we will be giving a class to it of ghost button, and basically here the value will be simply get weather. So that's it, guys. So basically at this moment of time we can start the application. So please hit the like button, guys, subscribe the channel as well if you're watching it for the very first time. So app is listening on port 4000. So if I say here localhost 4000, so you will see this is our default styling for the application. Here we have this input field, enter city name, and this is a button. So if you hit this button, it will make a post request. So first of all, guys, what we can do is that we can style this application. So for styling this application, we can inside our style.css, so we can do side by side like this. We can apply the CSS. So basically, guys, here what we will do is that we will first of all target the body tag, and here we will be giving a fixed width of 800 pixel. We will be giving a margin 0 auto, and font family to be open sans and sans serif. This is the font family will be changed here. So now we will be targeting the container class, guys. So the width will be around 600 pixel, and the margin will be 0 auto. So if you just refresh it, let me also change the background color just to check if it is changing. I think it is not changing, guys. Let me see what is the problem. If you go to console, it is saying that unable to apply style from. What is this problem? So you just need to give it an attribute, guys. I forgot this to give this attribute. Just go to index.ejs, and there is an attribute called as type. So text/css. So just give this attribute. Also, I think index.js express.static public. Again, refresh it. So now you can see the styling is being applied here, basically. So if you're watching it for the very first time, guys, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel. So this is a weather application we are building here in this tutorial. So we will make it side by side to apply the styling here. So you will remove this red color, we don't need this. So after this guys, what we will say is that we will target this field set tag. So display we will change to block. So this is the padding here we will give here to, this is the margin from the start. So if you refresh it, the margin will be gone. So basically if you remove the border, border will be removed here, you can now see. So we also need to say border image source to initial. So all these attributes, which is border. So this CSS guys, it is not mandatory, but we are just doing it for styling this. For this application it is not mandatory. And this is the styling for the input field guys. Basically we have given the class to it, ghost input paragraph. And first of all we will change the display to block, and if you change it, it will, the button will appear after the input field, so it will have its own weight. So one other thing, font weight will be equal to 300, and the width will be equal to 100%, so it will take the entire width. You will now see font size, you will change it to 25 pixel. Border we will remove it, so no border will be there. So you can see no border is there. So also we will change the outlines, so when you, no outline will be there. And then guys we will have the box sizing property, which will be equal to border box. The text color we will change to this color guys, 4B5 45F, this is the color. And background we will change it to white, so you can see that. So no outline is there, you can see it is changed to complete white. And font family we will change to Open Sans Verdana, this is a thing. We will also give padding 10 pixel, 15 pixel, so it will have some padding here like this. So we will also give some margin guys, also 30 pixel 0, so it will have some margin in between the button and the input field. So we will also have a transition effect, basically transition all properties 0.1 second delay, ease in out. So now you can see, so when we focus this input field guys, whenever we focus fit, we need to give it a bottom border. So you can see it will have this nice little border from the bottom side, basically it is giving whenever we focus this input field. So now we will be starting this button guys, it's very simple. Basically we have attached the class to it of ghost button. First of all we will change the background color to transparent, so now if you see no background color will be there. We also need to remove the border and also the outline. So if you see that, refresh it, you will see outline is removed here like this. So after this guys, what we need to say is that basically we also need to give it some padding as well right here to get some space. Padding will be equal to 10 pixel, 30 pixel, and we will change the width to 100%. So width will be 100%, you can now see. We will also give a max width property of 350 pixel. So now you can see, and here also we will be giving a transition. Again this will run for 0.1 second, And basically whenever we hover onto this button, guys, we need to add a border. So here we will say attach a pseudo class. So we will be giving a 2 pixel solid, and the color will be this color, which is 515151. This is the color. So just refresh it, and now you can see a nice little border effect is there. You can now see. And inside the paragraph we will also change the color of that paragraph. This is all done for the styling, guys. So now you can see our front end is complete. Basically here we just need to enter the city name. So now, guys, we will write the backend code which is required here. So here, as you see, we are making a post request to the home route. So just go to app.post, making a post request here. So first of all, we need to get the data which the user has right inside this input field. So we have given this name attribute. So for fetching this data, we will use this middleware of body parser, which is express.url encoded extended to false. So just write this line, and this line enables us to get the city using request.body.city, the name attribute which we have given. You can now see this is the name attribute. So after getting the city, guys, it becomes very much easy. We need to just include a request module, which is a built-in module inside Node.js, in order to make a request to the external API. And here you need to set the API key, guys, API key of OpenWeather API. And here you just need to sign up for a new account, and it provides you this free API key. Basically it's a paid API key, but still for 1 month you get a free API request so that you can test out this API. It's a very fantastic API. After getting this API key, guys, you just need to make this simple get request. So the URL will be simply this URL, which is http api.openweathermap.org/data/2.5/weather q is equal to followed by your city name, which is city. That's it. So basically you will pass all these variables in the query string like this. So construct this. So q is equal to the city, and basically units will be an empirical, and app ID will be the actual API key. That's it. You can now see. Just make it API key. This is API key, sorry, API key. So that's it, guys. This is a URL to which we need to make the post request. So now we will use this request module, and we will pass the URL, and basically this contains this callback function which will occur if any sort of error take place. We will get the response and the body, and here we will check if any sort of error take place. Then we will send out, we will update the template, which is the index template. We will render out like this index, and basically here we will be having weather is equal to null. Error is simply that error in fetching weather of city. That's it. Error in fetching weather of city. So basically if no error is there, then we can simply say we will parse the response by json.parse, and we will pass the body. After this, guys, we can say if weather.main is equal to undefined, in that case we can again return an error to the user that weather is null, and no error exists here. That's it. Error, please try again. If now this property does occur, in that case we perfectly know that weather exists. So we can console log the weather in the browsers, sorry, in the console. If I now execute this application, let's suppose I go to localhost 3000, So basically guys, if I enter Delhi, sorry, this is running on localhost 4000, where it is running, app is listening on port 4000. So why, sorry, it is saying could not find module request. So we also need to install this request module guys. It's not a built-in module, you need to require this, similar to Axios or fetch. So it does need to require it. After that you can start this application, node more index.js. So if you now, basically it's a HTTP client. If you now click it, you will now see a result happening here. Basically this temperature which is returning, is it in Fahrenheit? You need to convert this Fahrenheit temperature to Celsius. So you can see 78 degree Fahrenheit. So it is approximately 26 degrees Celsius. So we need to convert this from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So first of all, what we can do is that we need to fetch this weather text, which will be, we need to parse it. So here we can simply say it's, and then we can say this variable. We can call this function guys, which we will write to convert the Fahrenheit into Celsius, which will be weather.main.temperature degrees Celsius, degree Celsius temperature in the city that is passed here. That's it. So now we need to make this function guys, which is basically which will actually convert this. So at the bottom you can make this function. So function f Fahrenheit to C, it will have the temperature passed to it. So basically guys, this is a very simple utility kind of a function. I will simply paste it. So it will return the message like this. This is a function. Fahrenheit is passed to it. So basically we subtract 32 from it and multiplied it by 5 and then divide by 9. So this is the actual formula to do this, and we are rounding it and returning it. So now at last we just need to return this to the DOM. So we can say response.render index, and then we can simply say weather is equal to weather text, and error is equal to null. So also guys, when you load this page for the very first time, we need to pass these options. Weather will be null and error will also be null. So whenever we are passing it for the very first time, which when we are loading the page. So if you just refresh it now guys, hopefully. So if you enter the city name, and what will happen now, let me see. So just refresh it. Sorry, we are not printing it in the DOM. That's why. Just go to index.ejs guys. So right after this form, we need to print out this value. For printing out this value guys after the form, it's very easy. We will compare it. If the weather is not equal to null, in that case we will do this. So this is a EJS syntax guys, in order to print out variables. If you don't know, we need to wrap all the JavaScript inside this angular bracket and percentage sign like this, and inside this we will have a paragraph. We will be embedding this variable, which will be actual weather, percentage sign, that's it, in the paragraph. And basically if any sort of error take place in that scenario as well, we will be displaying this message. And if error is not equal to null, in that case we do need to render out the error as well. So in the paragraph we will say error. That's it guys. So this completes the application. So now you will see it's 26 degrees Celsius Celsius temperature in Delhi. If you change the country name to, let's suppose, Auckland, is 12 degrees Celsius. If I change to Sydney, it is 17 degree. If I change to Melbourne, it is 24 degrees Celsius. If I change to New York, it is around 17 degrees. So you can take any city in the world, guys. It totally depends upon you. If I take here Tokyo, 21 degree. So you can see you can build this real-time weather application, guys, using OpenWeather API, using Node.js Express and EJS. So if you're watching it for the very first time, guys, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel. And I am seeing that I have not you guys are not liking the content. Very less watching is there. So why it is the case? Why you guys are not liking the content? Can you just tell me? After 2 hours, I have an interview for with junior data scientist role in Google. So please hit the like button, guys, if you are watching it for the very first time.